Hey, what's up, Freddie? What's going on, my guy? Yeah, my bad. I was checking out at the grocery store. Finna look around for some more.
How your day been?
Oh, good man. Just tired, man. Shoot, on the phone, caking last night with the old lady, and then I shoot, I had got Contra Operation Galaga to review from Konami, so I'm kind of geeked about that. So I'm about to get home and I'm finna do a video with that. I'm gonna play that on my rod. So, just putting my head down, man, working, staying out the way, you know.
I feel that. I feel that. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you ain't really
That's pretty tight.
see me in the spaces or whatever, man. Like, I've been kind of falling back. I like the chill spaces, man. I seen it.
Oh yeah,
I like
I feel that. I'm the same way though. I haven't really been in spaces like that
yeah, I
either.
was like I said, man, is that Freddie posting?
Yeah, I ain't hosting a while either.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, well, not, no, I was seeing you on online. I seen you did a couple posts. I said, man, where Freddie been at? So, you know, um, yeah, I seen that Sparking Zero trailer, and I haven't seen all of the Captain America trailer. I seen like a clip with Captain America running up on T'Challa. Or is that T'Chaka? That's T'Chaka. That's not. That wouldn't be T'Challa.
That's Azuri. That's T'Challa grandfather, so the T'Chaka father.
Wow. Okay, so this is granddaddy. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, since we already on it, okay. Let me ask you, since at least you seen the clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
I I hate to be that guy, man, but do that nigga look black to you?
Yeah, I think it's a case of of them doing that same Killmonger hairstyle, and I know it's a reason for that because in the comics, his dad was more. I mean, T'Chaka's dad or T'Challa's grandfather was very very militant, and he, you know, whereas T'Chaka was like, all right, I'm gonna do the dirty work or get my hands dirty if I have to. He really didn't want to. Like when what we saw with him and his brother in the movie, you know what I'm saying? Like which we didn't really get too much backstory with them, in the comics, but just the feel of T'Chaka is he's very diplomatic. He gonna still do the dirty work if needed, but he's not that type of cat that just wants to go in but see his grandfather, according to the comics, if I'm not mistaken, is like, yo, he want to shoot first and ask questions later. He's not gonna be reasoned with. He ain't bargaining. He telling y'all this is what it's gonna be. See, T'Chaka and T'Challa was the ones that wanted to integrate with society, and but T'Challa, his grandfather was like, "Yo, ain't no outsiders, and if anybody come past this border, we kill them." So
Right, right.
this is how, you know, Wakanda even gets exposed. Because I don't know how they gonna work it in here, but it's been exposed because these same people that's been attacking it was attacking it, and then that's how you get clawed. They had been trying to get when they found Wakanda, they had been attacking it for some years. You feel me? So until they were successful with Claw. So it's
Right.
like,
Okay.
so that's why they got him looking like this because he favors more of Because I don't think they were brothers in the comics, but I think that's what they gonna do. They gonna play up the fact of maybe Killmonger's dad and all. You know what I'm saying? As the game, if this becomes a series, they gonna play that up and they gonna keep that rolling. So that's why,
Right, but
yeah.
still, like, and I'm not too familiar with Azuri. Like, I've always seen him. Like, I've always seen images. You know, the with the cape and the other costumes he had. Like,
Hmm.
I've always seen him, and like the old, like the, I guess the elders of the, of Wakanda, whatever.
Hmm.
I just I didn't know a lot of his backstory, so I'm glad you filled me on that. But still,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga don't look black to me. And I ain't talking. I forget the hairstyles. Like the skin tone is one, and then like the facial features, the dude looked like a white dude to me. I'm sorry, I hate to be that guy.
So you
He
basically
don't
saying
look
he like
black.
he's logic basically. He's logic. That's what you
Damn near,
saying.
yeah. Like he don't look black. Like it just, and again, like I could understand. Maybe it's some different lighting. Maybe maybe he's South African. Or I mean, I'm sorry, that's South American. Maybe he's who's the lighter Africans? I guess the northern. Nah, would they be closer to the? No, yeah, the northern African. I don't know who's lighter.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm embarrassing myself or not right now. I really don't care. I really
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. He don't look black. He does not look like a black person. I'm
Yeah, they
sorry.
kind of they kind of wanted to. I'm seeing and I'm noticing that's a problem because I'm noticing it's not just a video game thing because I know the Gamergate thing is going on, but it's like I'm seeing and what we seeing and what we witnessing across entertainment is they're trying to push the whole interracial thing. You know what I'm saying? So the blowback of that, which I'm not really too uh I'm not one of them dudes. I'm always have dated, you know, a sister, right? But I understand that certain people, you know what I'm saying, that not to go too deep into that, but I know in the certain people I understand like some cats can't handle it. So they pushing
Yeah,
this
and we
agenda.
ain't
They are pushing that agenda. So what has happened is you've seen a lot of characters be interracial because
right,
it takes the the power away from a straight up black man. And in the movies and the games and stuff, T'Challa was was chocolate. You know what I'm saying? He was black. You know what I'm saying, all the way. And Shuri was too. Like, think about it. We got two whole movies where it's nothing but black folk, straight up and down. You may have three or four white people in the whole movie. You feel me? So we in a different time where they kind of shifted back to, okay, let's push this narrative, let's push this line because this is something more comfortable, and it's gonna make other people, other races, be comfortable with playing with Cap and playing with I forget T'Chaka's granddad. So if we make it
right.
palatable, then because I looked at it, I'm like, huh? And I forgot the time period. But
So I wasn't the only person there,
no,
right?
I
Like it,
set up there, I said, is that? And then I had to remember, I said, oh yeah, this probably, and you pointed at who it was, but I was just like, well, damn.
bro. I thought that was Claw. I thought that was Claw in the Black Panther outfit. I had no idea that was gonna be Azuri.
Yeah, I kind of
I'm like,
I
wait, what
kind
the
of got that
fuck?
once I remembered the time period. It was no doubt in my mind. I say, yeah, we finna go into this territory, and it's not a.
Yeah,
Well, go ahead.
and no, I was just saying, it ain't gotta be nothing like too political either. Um, well, I mean, I guess. I can't even say that because of the subject matter, right? Like you said,
Hmm.
we in the World War II time period, Captain America versus Black Panther.
Hmm.
And Logic, if you wanna come up, man, just do the I haven't held space in a minute. Whatever it is, like the raise the hand or whatever the function is called,
Do
just let
you
me know and
have
I'll bring
any
you up.
favorite
But
coupons?
it's just like
Select your method.
I don't
Follow the instructions on
I
the
want to
card reader.
chill.
Follow the
I
instructions.
want to be, non-confrontational. I don't want no drama, so to speak. I ain't really trying to be that. I'm not trying to be that guy,
Hmm.
right? That 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 that's trying to be picky with this type of stuff. But I'm just thinking like, okay, what if they add into the story where, and granted, he may just be fully black. It may just be something that
Please select.
he's just black. He just look different. But maybe that
Hmm.
they work into the story, but then it means that the whole bloodline of the Black Panthers are going to be half white, or like have some white in them. I'm just like, I don't know. I may just be tripping on something, but dude don't look. He just don't look black to me. He may be black, and that's just how they designed him, but he don't
Hmm.
look fully black.
Well, I kind of, and you notice the suit, like I said, they kind of leaning into, T'Chaka's granddaddy being more Killmonger ish, and they got him wearing the black and gold suit. So, and then, you got to think too. So, this is going to be a straight up and down. The suit is not as technical. You know what I'm saying? It's more tribalistic. So, I got to go back and finish watching the whole clip because did they show any gameplay of it? Because I just saw a clip on IG.
They didn't. It's a full trailer that they do have, but it's no gameplay. But it's a nice trailer. Whenever you got a chance, definitely go watch it. It's definitely a nice trailer though, in my opinion.
Okay, so yeah, that's my and I did see the Dragon Ball trailer. Like that, I am so glad that they giving us another Budokai. I'm kind of sad because I wanted a fighters uh sequel, but I'll take this because this is what the fans have been asking for. Um, you know, it's been a while since we had this type of game. I mean, Xenoverse is kind of like it, but not really like it. That's more of a RPG co-op game type deal. This is just the one-on-one battles, the the head-to-head action that we used to. You know what I'm saying? So, how you feel about it?
I'm loving it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was just about to ask. Oh, I feel like they're gonna have another fighters. Like there's gonna be like a sequel coming because Dragon Ball Fighters did too well for them not to come out with a sequel. So they definitely gonna be having a sequel to that. But I am and I have fighters. I played it a couple times. I told myself I'm going to practice it more so that way I can get better and everything in it. But it, man, I barely touched that game. I need to go back to it. But I'm happy that they bring another Tenkaichi type game because uh I think everybody miss it. And oh man, I'm finna be that guy again. So I just want to get my complaints out first with all this stuff because my complaints actually is not. I don't have too many complaints. I don't got too many complaints at all. But if I do have a complaint, the only difference and that they went over the move list too is a whole. It's not just a trailer. They had a whole like presentation of gameplay and everything too, and dude showed off um the new mechanics as well. But if I'm being honest with you, it kind of looked like the same thing, just more beautiful graphics. And to be honest, like honestly, that's all we pretty much needed. I'm gonna be getting the game. I just don't know how long it's gonna last. Like Tenkaichi 3 was one of my favorite games. in the Dragon Ball franchise, and I went back to that game a lot of times, even Tenkaichi 2. I went back to both those games a lot of times. I fought like my cousins and everything, local multiplayer a lot. I just hope that it have the legs, that's gonna keep us interested, fighting online and everything. But I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to see. But I mean, it had the. I think it's gonna have the legs. I kind of hate that we kind of live in this the way that we consume content. Like I kind of hate it because it's like it's a constant need for more. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a. It's just we just gotta have more, and the game gotta reach and last longer. And they kind of played us on that because that's how they created the content structure that we have now. Hold on.
Mm.
Checking out again. This time on that cold stone. You in the back? Yeah, 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 yeah. So, one second.
Oh, you good? Take your time.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I kind of just don't like the way or the content structure that we have in gaming now because it kind of it's created like a I would just say like a samey system. Like the games don't really innovate like that. I think Fortnite really is the only game that its base game innovates because each season they bring in new weapon types, they change the map, they you know what I'm saying. Whereas Call of Duty, Apex changes it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and they'll do events and weapons and stuff, but it's largely the same game. Whereas Fortnite, it's like, all right, we're gonna have the Marvel thing, we're gonna have Ninja Turtles, we're gonna have uh all of this, and that's just in battle royale. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, I just don't like how they do every other game because they just is like, all right, well, y'all just want to run around and shoot each other. There's no need for us to put nothing else in there unless maybe we do like the boys. And I'm hoping next week or this week sometime they announce the King Kong, the Kong and Godzilla crossover because I felt like that was the most um thrilling crossover that they did in Call of Duty history. Like I felt like they put the whole map uh, where they gave you like both of them being on the map, both of them being able to be like attacked and they'll attack you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like, especially with fighting games, it's like, yeah, we expect fighting games to kind of be samey. It's just adding more character. So I think it'll do good if, as long as it plays like we remember it, and it builds on top of what on that, and gives people stuff that they already used to, like in Xenoverse and stuff like that, but streamlines it to Tenkaichi.
I'm with you on that, especially when you said like I'm kind of the same boat. I do kind of hate the the way gaming is. It does feel a lot of like a lot of the samey. There's no innovation. I won't say there's no innovation, but like that's exactly what the point I was getting at too with Dragon Ball Z. It's just like I feel like, and I'm not trying to contradict myself because I don't feel like sequels and everything need to do a game buster load of shit to like new for the game. Cause like I'm on one side I'm over here talking about we need the Great Will, we need that uncanceled, we need them to make that game, which is gonna be almost like the same as Spider-Man 2. It looked like it was, what I'm saying, a lot of the same gameplay, a lot of the same mission structure or whatnot, same open world. But I don't want Dragon Ball Z. I don't want Sparking Zero to be live service. I don't want it. Granted, is kind of gonna be like that with DLC drops. They're gonna keep adding characters. They're gonna keep probably adding more maps. I just, I think maybe it's because there's been so many Dragon Ball Z games. I think in the IP in general, I think that's why I'm kind of feeling like that for the most part, specifically with Sparking Zero. Because like you said, we got fighters, we got Xenoverse, and I go back and play Xenoverse sometimes. Like that had legs, but Xenoverse is a live service game. Uh, d- Fighters is a fighting game. It's a very competitive fighting game, and it feels like Sparking Zero is like in the middle of both of those two. And I just don't know how in this day and age 2024, like I don't think they need to change a lot. I think they really just needed to bring updated Tenkaichi, like a new bring back Tenkaichi 3 and make it beautiful, which they have. It's just like 4 or 5 months from now, right? Or at least game come out 4 months from then. Are we like getting online and playing just like how we play like Tekken? Or is it like a hey, this is a nostalgia thing? We come back to it like maybe once or twice in a year or two just to play it again, but we dropped it after like 2 months. It was a here and there thing. Like I don't know. I don't want it to be that way, nor do I want it to be like like full on live service, but and the gameplay looks good. Don't get me wrong. The gameplay looks good. From what I saw, it looks really good. But it's just like it's so many games out right now. I got a huge backlog. A lot of other people got a huge backlog. We still got new releases coming out. I don't, maybe we just spoiled
Nah, we
as
old.
well too.
I think we old because think about it. When you was a kid, I mean, and I was one of them guys I can only play games on the weekends, right? Until I got to college. So the weekends, spring break, the summertime really is, and then I would go to Blockbuster. So I had the incentive to beat the game right then. But I think as grown adults, we kind of like the collecting aspect because your mom or dad, whoever, grandma, uncle, whoever, you don't have that limit on you no more. But at the same time, that will breeze the backlog because we might play the game like we might get 1 or 2 games a year like Spider-Man. We gonna play the hell out of that and beat that because we want to hurry up before online people post spoilers and stuff online, right? You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I stayed up, like I said at the caking all night. I stayed up. I couldn't sleep, so I rolled. I remember I say, wait a minute, X-Men '92 is on. Let me hurry up and watch it. You know what I'm saying? Because It
Facts.
was they was gonna spoil it. The Kingdom Come, and I kind of knew based on the trailer. Like it's kind of like we've seen this story, but we have not seen this story on play out on TV. So there's a difference. Um, that's it's a different thing going on. You know what I'm saying? So you know we just at a different place with it, but I still was just like, all right, let me go ahead and watch it. But by and large, when it comes to certain TV shows that's like over an hour, when it comes to certain games that's multiple like 20, 30, 40, like Final Fantasy. I know people who didn't already blaze through Final Fantasy, right? I gotta go. I got to the intro. I'm like where they like it's the flag. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably take my time through that game. So by the time what you call them comes out, you know, I'll be ready. And then too, I gotta go back to playing one game at a time. I think, like I said, being grown has opened us up to all right, we're gonna play the first 5, 6 hours of this game, but we might have to deal with the kids, we might deal with our older parents, we might have to deal with the job. And some days you don't feel like doing nothing. You might scroll on your phone for a little minute, cut the TV on, or watch a couple YouTube videos from your favorite, content creator. And I find myself learning a lot more now and being in tune with the news. And I became the person I swore I would never become.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
I said, man, fuck looking at the. I mean, my bad. F looking at the news and looking at this and looking at. Now you grown, you want to know everything that's going on around you. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
oh, it is. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been on Helldivers too. I've been every time I get online, it's like I've been playing Predecessor. I've been hooked on Predecessor for damn near like what the end of 2022,
What's that?
I think. That's a it's a MOBA. It's a 5v5 online competitive MOBA.
Mm, okay.
And they so it's pretty much a remake. It was called Paragon at first and it launched with the
Oh yeah,
PS4.
yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been ever since I brought that back, I've been pretty much addicted to that. And now, like I ain't gonna lie, most of my time been on these live service games. Helldivers 2. And I think it's because, like you saying, like we look, we old now. Like, well, it's so much limited time we have. Oh, it's so much limited time. Gosh, there's such limited time that we have now,
Mm,
and it's like it's kind of easy for me to just I don't want if you playing a story game, you can't really gauge the time. Like you don't know how long you're gonna be in a cutscene, you don't know how long you're gonna be in gameplay. So it's like you can't really move too far, with story games like that to be invested into it if you only got like an hour or two to play the game or whatnot. And like these I get on predecessor, play a match, and that lasts roughly an hour when it comes to queuing up to the whole match to looking at the end game of it, the scoreboard, even if I want to save a clip and clip it like an hour right there. I can go on do something else. When I got another hour, I come back, play that for an hour, then go do something else. Like a lot of my time been on that, and Helldivers too. Once Helldivers 2, I'm done with that. I ain't trying to level up as much no more. Because I'm almost done leveling up. I think that'll open up to a lot more games. I knew Helldivers 2 was gonna come out and launch it. It was gonna be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good though.
mm-hmm.
Like I didn't think it was going to take up this much of my time. Like I planned for it to take up my time. I did not plan this much though.
Mm-hmm.
So like that has really taken up a lot of my. I think once that's done, I need like I need that type of experience. Maybe maybe not that extent, but I don't want to be spoiled. If I get another, we get another Helldivers 2 every 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Sparking Zero comes out and it's like Helldivers 2, while I'm spending that much time and everybody else is spending that much time online. 3 or 4 months, I'm okay with that. I feel like I got my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? And a
Yep.
lot of the stuff with Helldivers 2, it was kind of delayed because the service was kind
Yeah.
of messed up.
Yeah.
But I feel like we got our time's worth. It's just with Sparking Zero in general, since it is a fighting game, and I do like fighting games. Usually, fighting games you stay on them for more than a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Like a good fighting game, you can stay on for a year or two.
Mm.
Like damn near in a row. Like
Yep.
like Tekken 8, people still on that, and it came out just about the 3 or 4th month now, I believe. If I'm not, no, actually, not Tekken out almost 3 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Tekken 8 been out,
Yep.
so like, and people still gonna be on that game for the whole year, like until probably Call of Duty drops, people gonna be on Tekken 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope that. I know that may be a big stretch. I just hope that it's not just nostalgia with Sparking Zero. I really want that to take off and last like a fighting game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's still on fighters right now.
And I think that's why they brought fighters over because they wanted to see because it didn't go over the PS5. I don't think they start working on it, and they probably working on. It was working on Tekken, so some of the team members probably got pulled from Tekken, and now they can go and work on Fighter too. You know,
Wait, the same people make it?
well, no, but it's Bandai Namco, so they're in the same building. So you got people working probably doing network
Oh,
stuff. That's why I said network. I ain't talking about
I'm
the
tweaking.
yeah, I'm talking about the network because that's why they brought it over to PS5 and they took a long time to do it. Remember they announced that like a year and a half ago. And it's just now we just now getting it.
True, true. Yeah, you right. Yeah, I forgot. I don't know why I didn't equate Bandai Namco and Tekken. I don't know. I was thinking of Capcom, but that's Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
no, they got
I'm
different
tweaking.
teams, but I'm saying like the online because that's the biggest thing. So it's like, yeah, we can build the game in single player and do all that and local multiplayer like we did back in the day. But now we got to test this online. So we got a whole. I pay attention. It's not always the same, but you notice when you get towards the multiplayer part of the credits, it's like the same team from for each studio. So Capcom, they only got one fighter for real with the Street Fighter, but so they got a dedicated team. But Bandai Namco, you got to think you got JoJo, you got Naruto, you got all these different, you know what I'm saying, and they gotta build it on their servers, so it's got to be able to run. All these games got to be able to run with rollback net code, and it's got to be able to, they got to test it for months and months and months. So that's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about the team necessarily that's building it. I'm talking about the network people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, because the game, for all we know, this game probably been pretty much close to done for a year or so. Because Bandai Namco, they not really big on we gonna announce something and it's gonna take 40 years to get here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless it's a remake or a remaster, like you said with Dragon Ball, whereas they gonna put it when they put it out. But then when they do the sequel, like usually we get a Tekken tag in between, like we'll get two Tekkens and a Tekken tag. So the net we probably will get Tekken Tag 3 before we get Tekken 9. You know what I'm saying?
That would be dope. I still ain't get taken it yet, but that would be dope.
Man, you gotta get up on that, man. You gotta get up on.
Yeah, I know. I know. I ain't gonna lie. I made some mistakes, man. I made some mistakes when it came to my game choices that I normally don't make these mistakes. I don't. But 2023 was such a year. I was like, I'm serious about like content creation or or supporting the devs and getting like I should have never gotten MK1. I don't know
It,
what was in my
no,
mind.
MK1. We had high hopes for MK1. It just didn't deliver. That's all it was.
Yeah,
Like
they definitely got me.
it's a fun
I'm
game. It's
normally
still fun to play, but it's like it's literally if I'm not playing online, I'm not. Or I mean, and I do play the conquest mode a little bit just to get my bearings with it, the different characters because like or I play a top because it splits it up with the tower, so it kind of helps you in developing combos with the different scenarios. But I'm not sitting there playing through 7, 8 worlds of that. I might play a little bit of that, switch the character up, switch the team so I can get more real time scenarios, and then I'll jump into what you call it. But I'm it's not exciting me enough, and I felt like they should have did a tag system instead of just like do the assist, yeah, but let me tag these characters out. You know what I'm saying? Let me tag
yeah.
these characters out, have the main roster. Um, and if you tag and they could have did something to where when you tag them out, you have more of a original Mortal Kombat fighting style, where it's not as combo heavy, it's old school like it was back in the day. And then you
Right.
flip back. You know what I'm saying? You know how crazy that would have been if they did that?
Yeah, they saving it for the sequel.
Well,
That
see,
I think I truly because people were saying like when it came out, people not people. I think it was like one or two people I was listening to that said that they want the same thing. They wanted the tag system, and I ain't got enough hours into MK1, so I can't really speak on that game too much.
mm,
But from what I'm playing, I did play a little bit, and it does feel like that they wanted to do tag system, but they held back purposely so
or they
they
ran
can
out. I
save it
think
for
they
another
ran out of
game.
time. I think they got forced by WB. WB basically is at a plate. The leadership sucks balls right now. They just want money because the people that are in charge of it are being held by a thread by WB. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
what
that's
they
true.
saying
They
is
got a lot of projects too in development.
they trying to soup up as much money as they possibly can. It's Bobby Kotick all over again without all the sexual scandals and all of that stuff. That's what that is.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's
Because
basically
they
that.
they still got they just brought back multiverses after working on that after taking that down.
And I'm glad
They
they
I just
did that.
heard.
I'm glad they did that. I want to play that.
Oh, were you okay with them taking it down?
Yeah, because they said it was a beta. So I wasn't mad. I'm glad that they said, you know what, and that WB actually let them do it. Whereas I would have been great with them doing Suicide Squad like that. Like, hey, we gonna give you this the story that we got is the first chapter. It's a $30 game because I bought Suicide Squad because I wanted to finish the story, which I don't have a problem with the game. Like my man 2099, he bought it and told me he's like, yeah, it's pretty fun. So when I got it, I'm like, I looked at the gameplay, his gameplay, and a couple other people's, and I was like, oh, this is a third person Destiny, but with DC characters. Okay, cool, I like it, but I can see the movement should have been constant because they did the same thing in Gotham Knights, and that's what kind of slow. I got to go back and finish playing that, but that kind of slowed it up for me. I didn't mind the combat as I mean, well, I wanted the combat. They could have had the Arkham combat and then put the Assassin's Creed leveling up thing. If they had did that, Gotham Knights would have been cool. Like they dropped that was a developmental issue. That wasn't a WB issue. But otherwise, Gotham Knights would have been fired. So I waited for them to patch that thing up. So I'm gonna go back and try it out. But it's just like I don't know what's going on over there, bro.
Yeah,
And it's
they working on too much. That's what it got to be. especially since especially since they had that merger with Discovery too. I feel like their leadership. Well, we all know their leadership suck ass. Like from the movie decisions that they made, um, and some of their game decisions too. Like uh dang, what game we were just talking about?
Suicide Squad.
Oh,
And
Gotham
Gotham Knight.
Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. So I'm gonna be well. So I be Gotham Knights. If you want to let me know whenever you get on there if you need somebody else because I've been waiting to get back on there
Hmm.
myself. But I I do agree. Like they did drop the ball with Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights has so much potential. What they came out with was pretty decent, but it was so like people, everybody keep talking about the same things, like the graphics, the movement. It was so much potential that that game could have. It could have been the next. It could have been the next Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It really
Facts.
could have been.
It could have, and then that could have laid the groundwork. 'Cause I think that's why the Great Web got sacked because they saw, hey, this ain't work. They saw, hey, this ain't work, and this ain't work. So let's not try that. Let's go ahead and put a pin in that, and let's just go forward with Wolverine and Spider-Man 3 or Miles 2 and then Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, or Venom. I don't know if they still. I really want to know if they actually still working on Venom because they said they was gonna listen to people first, but I'm gonna be real with you. Before Spider-Man 2 ever came out, before we even seen any gameplay, I've always said that if they had some type of co-op mode or multiplayer mode, make it simple, make it just like Ghost Legends. You do those. It don't gotta be open world. You ain't gotta be swinging around with other people. Just have it to where it's a arena style. You have Spider and Peter and Miles. You know what I'm saying? Like just uh oh hold on. But you got Peter and Miles, just fighting in the arena and just make it simple. They didn't have to make it an open world. They didn't have to make it a live service game. I feel like they was a little too ambitious with that. Like just Ghost of Tsushima Legends, it may not have been the most successful thing, but you didn't really need it to because Ghost of Tsushima sold. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man 2 sold. Those games sold well. So all you needed was people to keep playing the game, to be honest with you, and you can make a little bit of money from, you know, uh well, Ghost ain't really
They
they
could
ain't
have
really
did it
charge you for
where
nothing.
each character had a battle pass. So, all right, this season is Sinister Six. All right, cool. Peter, if you want to, you can play through the game, like you said, Ghost of Tsushima, right? Legends. You can play through the game. You just play through it. You got the same base costume. You know what I'm saying? And you level up or whatever. But say like you want to do a new game plus, or not new game plus, but you want to level up faster so that when we go to the next season, you're gonna start back over, but your unlocks and stuff carry over, right? So now you're working on, instead of having three zigzag webs, you got five. Your enemy's gonna be harder. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff to help you level up, and then you every couple levels you get a variant of that costume. So I'll get Peter's costume, I'll get the Ultimate Peter costume. I'm gonna get all of those costumes, and basically, you know what I'm saying? That's how they'll do it. So that's what I was kind of looking at. Like you said, drop it. Uh, you got the what is it? That storyline. Um, and it can tie into Miles to Venom. Spider-Man 3, whatever you want to do. You know, they had but I think they got scared when they saw Suicide Squad. I think Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad was the litmus test, and the fact that Last of Us multiplayer got shut down. They was like, we're gonna go ahead and shut this on all this down, and that's what happened. You know,
I do wonder though. I'm so curious as to why was that game pitched? Because the game has Spider Gwen in it, but Spider-Man 2 did not have Spider Gwen in it. I mean, I know they had everybody else. You know, they had the Ben Rowley, I guess, because they had the suit.
that
You
was the
you
bridge.
had
That was the bridge. I didn't want to cut you off, Fred, but that was the bridge the game with the Spider Verse movies, and then in turn you bridge it with the main Spider-Man movies, which they trying to bridge the Spider Verse into the MCU. You know what I'm saying?
so you think that they had an actual storyline for the Great Web?
Yeah, it was the fact that remember old girl that was in that's in Spider Verse. She was in a deleted scene, but she's gonna be a part of Spider Verse across the Spider. What is it?
Oh,
Uh,
Silk.
no, that's not Silk. Or maybe it is. I don't know no, not Silk. The girl, she runs the villain bar. That
The
chick. You found all the
wait, you
spider. You
oh
found the spider bots. And did you wait a minute? Did
yeah.
you beat Spider Man 2, right?
No, yeah, so
Oh,
I
okay.
just played through that because it was a yeah, the Spider Boss, that side mission. I actually just got to that scene like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know who you talk about now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was that storyline with her that they were. I think Spider Gwen came to probably find her
Oh,
because remember Spider Gwen was working for what's it called. So it was supposed to be like a bridge. So like on one of her missions, going to clean up the timeline, she came there.
right.
Old girl, remember, stole those and put them all around the city for y'all to collect to see if the other universes or the other and they had got there because he's in the game Spider Man is there in Spider Verse. He's been there.
Right.
So we
Right.
don't know how he got there or when he got there. So that's where Great Web is gonna tell us when and where. And Spider Verse might not haven't happened yet in the midst of that timeline if they bringing
You
everything
know what?
together.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Now, with that being said, since you just since you just summed up everything, you connected all the dots for me. I'm gonna be real. I'm still standing on this. I think that the Great Will could have been a great game if they allowed us to play as the villains, because you got an open world where you can do these. You can do some activities. Maybe they do have a storyline, right? It don't even have to be as long as like Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2, right? It can dare to be half the length, but make it to where it's like, one of these, I hate to say it, but one of these live service games, right? Where you can go through the story mode with your friends. You have it to where you have like the main activity. It's like this hero versus villains type of thing, almost like a Left 4 Dead type of thing, right? Where you can play as either the survivors or the affected. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the survivors. You can have it to where it's like a Left 4 Dead type payday type of game, or a Left 4 Dead slash payday type of game, where like the villains are like, you got these different activities that you can do as the villains, and what I'm saying, the team pick one of the activities where they randomly assign, like you either rob a bank or kidnap somebody, you know what I'm saying, keep it for ransom, and then the spider people gotta gotta, there's the team of the villains. You got a team of the spider people. They trying to save the day. I feel like if they would have went that route, because the trailer, it's dudes say I clicked on my Twitter too. 'Cause I'm looking at this trailer. I'm like, I know I'm not. If other people see this and actually realize like what he said, I know I'm not the only person that can think of this. He says something about you gotta fight the villains, and then you see you controlling Venom, which we already knew. You played as Venom in Spider-Man 2, but you're playing as Venom, and then like Spider-Man say now like the this time the Sinister Six is like more savage or whatever. They smart and more savage. So why would you show us playing as Venom directly the scene before, and then a scene after you show the
I
Venom
think
plus all the other
I
villains?
think that Venom, because the way that they play Venom in the new Spider-Man, like he's you got to think that might not be spoiler y'all, Harry Osborn. That might be actually the Tom Hardy Venom. You feel me? And
Oh,
so
that would be cool.
so he's not probably in the Sinister Six. Like he might be, you know, a part of, the Great Web. Because you also got to
But
think
why
they
would
got the Venomverse too.
why?
So you might have a situation where you might get a Venomized season. You know what I'm saying? And he might be that might be like a part of it could be, I don't know. That's he's an outlier. But the rest of the Sinister
But
Six,
they not putting him as an outlier though. That's the
well,
thing.
that's what I'm saying. Like we have
Like,
to see if because if it is Harry, there's a potential for him to be a good guy. You know what I'm saying? So
but
yeah.
I gotta go against that though, because when the scene in which you are controlling Venom, you're literally fighting two spider people. So why would you be as Venom if you are controlling Venom? Why would you be fighting the Spider Verse if you're a hero?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think at first, if it's Tom Hardy Venom, maybe they think that Venom, because universally Venom in the in the comics he becomes like an anti-hero and then he's like a hero in this current time. But in the games and in the movies, he has been both villain and anti-hero. So and now with Venom 3 coming out next year, it's like they gon' I wonder if Sony is prepping to finally fold with Madam Web failing. Uh, I think Craven actually might be good, and I hate that they had pushed it back because that movie actually looks awesome, and if they did that, cool. But here's the other thing: um, we just don't know. So that's the enigma. But as far as like everything else, that could be a surprise. Just like, all right, he's a part of the Spider Verse now, and then you open the door, like I said, to the Venom verse. So, which it could be a whole separate season, a whole separate new set of characters, because you could have Venom, you could have Toxic. You're not gonna have Carnage, but you could have the different symbiotes with different powers. You know what I'm saying? You could bring Screech back or Scream back. So
Yeah, I see. I think, and that's why I think where is, and don't get me wrong. Your opinion is your opinion, and I don't want to downplay it. But I think that's where PlayStation. I'm gonna say PlayStation. I know Insomniac is developing it, but I think this is all PlayStation's.
and Sony, you got to think about it, because they not trying to let go. The reason why the game got made, the reason why these movies get made, is for Sony to continue to have control of that
That's
property.
true.
Like it had,
And you know what? That may be another reason why the game got canceled because they don't need it right now. Like they literally just put out Spider-Man 2 and Madam Web. They got like another couple years before they even got to worry about a contract. That could be another reason too. It may be like it may be multiple reasons,
yeah,
or
yeah,
multiple
yeah.
factors.
But the talk is Tom Holland and Kevin Feige want to roll him into the main universe with Secret Wars, and they want Miles. See, Sony right now is fighting with Marvel because they want the Marvel team to do the Spider-Man projects, but they know they can't go back now with the Spider-Man projects. They can make a Tom Holland, not only Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire say he ain't coming back allegedly, but I feel like they could do an old man, not a what's the what was that? Not Marvels, maybe a Earth X type deal, but just do it with Spider Man or maybe do Spider Girl or something like that with him. You know,
Hmm.
so it's up in the air what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
up in the air like of what exactly they gonna do. But
yeah. That movie side is tricky. Like I have no idea how they should even go with that movie side because
and
they've been messed up too many times.
I feel like they worse than DC. Cause see, DC they just got cold feet. Cause if they had to let Zack Snyder cook, we'd be having a whole different discussion right now. But they got scared.
Legit,
They got scared.
legit.
They got scared. They got scared because they could have did two separate movies with Batman v Superman. You could have jumped into Justice League, had one, two, and three, and just did it like that. They just wanted they wanted to follow Marvel to the T. And even
Hmm.
and I seen that Marvel was gonna get burnt out. I once Wakanda Forever came out, I I was like, all right, Wakanda Forever was a solid film. It was really, really good. It wasn't gonna be the first one because of course you had that. But
Right.
I knew, I said, yo, these movies gonna start letting folks down, and it did exactly that. It was already letting people down because they was playing it safe.
Yeah,
They didn't have no stakes.
yeah.
It started getting formulaic, and it's like we expecting in game, not a Secret War. What was the one before? Um, I done forgot the name of that Avengers movie.
You talk about Kane Dynasty,
No, I'm talking about in game and
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I forgot.
Man, and Chadwick, I ain't gonna lie, Chadwick was supposed to be the next Iron Man too.
Well,
Like
I
he
don't
was
think,
supposed to be the face. That well, maybe not the face because it would have been Falcon,
or Doc. No, I
but
think it would have been Doctor Strange because they wanted somebody to fill the role of RDJ. And Doctor Strange, it didn't hit, so now they trying to make it be Pedro Pascal with Mr. Fantastic.
but you don't think like T'Challa would have been like
Now,
he would have been the leader of the Avengers?
yeah,
Or again, I'm sorry, I really feel like they was gonna have granted it probably would have been too much
that's
blackness
what I was
for him,
just getting ready to
but
say. You forget, you forget. It's just like when they like the reason that Batman Returns got changed, and I hated that because I wanted Billy D to be Two Face. I wanted Marlon Wayans to be Robin, which eventually we got that in a comic book, and it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And now they got Echoes. I got to start reading that with Scarecrow, which would have led up to I forgot what it was called, Batman Reigns or something like that. The last one. But we getting all that now. But it's just I don't think America is ready for, and that's what I thought. I think that's why hot take the stuff happened with what's my man name, Jonathan Majors. Because once I seen
Oh,
him as
definitely.
King, I said, man, these folks ain't gonna these folks ain't finna have this, black man be this big powerful maniacal. I mean, which normally they would, but it's just the fact that Chadwick died, and then you do the next best thing. You get the next best person because we know that Michael B wasn't gonna join up in that.
Well, but think about it too. Think about it this way too. Because if I know Marvel, I know this. Well, okay. Let me watch what I say. I'm sorry. Scratch what scratch what I just said. I'm finna get my own self in trouble. Look, if you know this world we live in, let's say that. Let's say
Mhm.
that. Why not have the perfect exploitation of the black people? You got you. We first had two white leaders. We had Captain America. We had
You had three.
Iron Man.
You had Thor. You can't forget about Thor.
Well, he was in a big three, but he wasn't one of the leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like Captain America and Iron Man, they were the leaders, right? Like
Yeah.
up until Avengers 4, that was the whole point of the damn the saga. You know what I'm saying? Like who is the rightful leader, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Who is the most most qualified, I guess. And they could have literally repeated the same thing with Falcon and Black Panther. And what's the best way to do it? Have two black men go against another black man. As far as Kane, like how the black people fighting each other. Like
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah. You had
the
Falcon
the
and
most
and
basic. It's
yeah, cause then and
I
then
mean not the most basic, but yeah.
yeah to cause have you seen American Fiction with Jeffrey Wright?
I did not.
Okay, go watch that movie because what you just said is the crux of that movie. It's like what? Why is Google sitting up here listening to my conversation? Hold on.
Matter of fact, let me unplug mine too, just just in case.
I just looked. I said, but no, I'm just saying. What that movie is basically about our uh, our our what's the word I'm looking for? Our pretentiousness into living like how the black experience is seen underneath or beside, well, not underneath, but seen by white people. They enjoy,
Gotcha.
they enjoy, and they support just like we enjoy and support the foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
in
Exploring our stories.
exactly,
So you said it was American fiction?
yeah. Now I'm not gonna tell you the plot of it, but Well, I'll tell you a little bit. Is uh Jeffrey Wright is basically a Arthur, and he's going up against Issa Rae, who he is a like a real like methodical uh real thought provoking author, right? And Issa is like one of those zane, black urban fiction that's in its own sections in the library. You know what I'm saying? So the movie is him trying to make a decision on what he wants to do while he's dealing with some real stuff that's going on around him. So I ain't gonna say no more, but I want you to check it out because yeah.
I got you. I put on my I put on my list. Thank you for the recommendation.
Mhm.
I had somebody. I think I don't think I got personally recommended it, but I've heard about it. Like people were recommending it to me in a conversation. So I'm definitely gonna check this out because it's about time. But look, all I'm gonna say is though, I'm so stuck, and I'm gonna make this a tweet. I'm so stuck on this the great web mostly only because now that I've seen that the trailer, if they had it to where bro, I'm telling you, this game would have been a hit if we was allowed to play the villains. Who d- who don't want to roam rampage around the streets as Doc Ock? Bro, that will be so lit as Doc Ock.
Mhm.
Then you got Venom. Let's just say Venom was a villain, right? Because that's how they planned it out in the trailer. So let's just say it can be any other. And then too, like having a Venom game, like don't get me wrong, I would love to play as Venom. I would love to have Venom game, and I think a lot of people would love to have a Venom game. So I don't want to downplay that idea either.
Mhm.
But if they had this, we wouldn't need a Venom game because we'd already had Venom in Spider-Man 2, and you will be able to play as Venom in this. Like, let's just say as a villain, all these 6v6, you got all the Spider people with with the symbiote Peter, right?
Mhm.
He a part of the Spider-Man crew. Then you got Venom, who can probably like spy because it looked like from the trailer, it looked like Venom spied in a little symbiote himself. That could be like one of his special abilities
Yeah.
where he can spawn his symbiotes himself.
Yeah.
And you have like, he part of Sins of 6v6. That will be so cold.
Yeah. I think
And you can play as both the heroes and the villains. Electro, Vulture. Come on, man.
yeah. I mean, I think that it's that there is room for both of them because um I feel like they set up this Venom in uh Spider-Man 2. I feel like it's besides the comics where they at, Venom right now is the most compelling as he's ever been. You feel me? So the fact that Harry is
I,
Venom
I feel that. Okay.
and not Eddie Brock is like, yeah, we want a Venom game because we want the Miles Part 2, we want the Venom game because Spider-Man 3 could be Maximum Carnage. The remake that we all
Right.
been waiting for. So yeah, let me
Right.
and then open, then you can play into the Great Web and that could be they can show up in the story if they was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like how dope that would
I'll
have
be down
been,
with that.
how dope it would have been for okay, the Great Web, they go through the different seasons, right? So midway through the story, when Carnage and uh, what's her name, from the comic, is like raising hell and basically tearing stuff up because you can't have the Avengers. You could have, well, I guess well, no, because they said the Avengers, which I hated that. They should just retcon that and just make the Avengers be available, or at least cap different people and kind of just explain it away with the, all right, yeah, he came over, we did what we did, it didn't work out, so he came back, and that's when Spider-Man 2 happened. Or when he said he went out of town in Miles, that's when Avengers happened. So then you can bring them over, but I doubt it because we got this EA game. So, you know, Unless they want to keep the game verse or whatever, and then that's the whole separate. The game verse is its own, which it is its own multiverse. So um, we'll see, man. I mean, I'm amped for whatever uh they decide to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I can't wait for Silk to come into the play because I was not expecting Silk to be at the end.
Hmm.
The end credits saying everything like that.
She
But now that
was.
she is,
I see. I don't.
yeah, that was
I must have
um
skipped that.
was it it was either the last scene or the end credit scene. I believe it was the end credit scene. So what happens is um I forgot how the scene started, but oh Miles had his girlfriend over. The Haley, I think her name
Yeah,
Haley.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He brought her over to the house, and
Oh,
you remember
Silk's
how?
dad. That dude is her.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
his daughter. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you.
yup, that was Silk.
Oh, okay.
So like
Ooh,
I'm gonna
I
be
forgot
real with
all
you. I
about
didn't. Yeah,
that.
I didn't. So my whole stance with this Venom game, ever since Insomniac, Brian Idaheart, whatever his name is, ever since he said we're gonna listen to the fans about the Venom game, we didn't know nothing about the Great Web, none of that. I was always on the stance of I don't want a Venom game. I would rather have a Silk game. I don't know how they would want to, how they do it, how they gonna do the story. I think she's gonna become, I think that she's already Silk
Yeah, of
because
course.
from the comics, I believe from the comics, she went to jail, right?
Hmm.
She got out and then she became Silk, but she was in jail for a minute, right? If I'm not
I'm
mistaken,
trying to
if I know
remember.
the character right.
I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute, so I'm trying to remember.
I knew she was in some crime though, but I believe she went to jail, and I think she got her powers after she got out of jail. And if I'm not mistaken, it was either with the same spider that bit Peter, or it was of the same family of
Hmm.
spiders that bit Peter. It was something along those lines.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, if she is around Miles' age right now, maybe see. I just don't know how they was gonna do the story, so I can't know. But still, I was if without knowing anything about how they're gonna do the story, how they're gonna play her into Spider-Man 3, I would say, you know what? Let's have her, have like a solo game, kind of how like Miles had his game, and we can see her like we can play as her doing like an anti-hero thing. Um, or we can do that in Spider-Man 3. She can be an anti-hero. I want to see that anti-hero Spider person. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna get that with Spider Gwen. She might have a little attitude, but we're not gonna get like no anti-hero. You know what I'm saying with her?
Hmm.
Like I just feel like that can be really interesting. But either way it go, even if they don't do that, you know what I'm saying? If they do bring out a Venom game, hey, I ain't complaining. True, I will never complain about Venom. You know what I'm saying? So if they bring a Venom game, cool, but do something interesting with Silk because I have always wanted to play as Silk.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, they could do. She could be in the Great Web. She could be it could go a couple different ways with it. So I mean, we'll have to see. But my money, I mean, that would be cool. I would love that. Um, I'm just trying to figure out like what um I would just be my question would be, hey, what I don't see them giving her own game. I feel like I don't, and the reason why I don't see it is because they built her up to be like Spider Gwen. And so what ended up happening was they said, "Oh, we brought her in. We brought Miles in. We got this Spider Verse brewing." But when they made Spider Gwen, it was like, "All right, y'all not finna bring Gwen Stacy, or they did end up bringing her back, but at the time they didn't." So the consensus was, "All right, we're gonna make the Spider Gwen character," and then she exploded. So of course, Marvel being Marvel and business being business, they blew her up to be the next, whoopie whoop. So now we are here at this juncture where they are concerned with only one thing: money. So they
Yeah,
not they.
that is true.
That's why.
Spider Gwen gonna sell way more than the Silk.
Yes, and you gotta think, uh, because the chief Indian, you know what I'm saying? That's another marginalized group in this country, or
She is?
I think so. I'm thinking, unless I'm mistaken,
Damn, I did not know.
now I could be wrong, but pretty sure is I'm pretty sure she is either her.
Like she mixed.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because her dad, of course. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most. You see what I said? Miles, black and Puerto Rican, and you see where I'm going with it. So
Yeah.
it's just like, dang, I don't know what the state of the world we in. It's like, yeah, I don't know if that'd
Yeah.
be a good idea if they did that, because we already hear
So
them cry about Miles, but Miles blew up so much to the point where it's like the old racist people can't do nothing about it.
oh, you was talking about Silk.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah, yeah. I'm
you got
tripping.
to
I thought
think
you talking
about
about
the
so
hard fight that I mean, and really, I gotta say this: I'm so proud of black people. We can't we can't get on one accord to go vote or whatever, but we got on one accord to go support Miles, to go support Black Panther, because I ain't gonna tell you what I said, but I said it's the video is up there. I said, hey,
oh.
no, well, no, I say, well, no, I won't say it, because that was back then, but it wasn't nothing super egregious. I said I was gonna, no, I'll tell you what I said. I said I was gonna tell on everybody who
I
had
have
who,
changed.
well, I said I was gonna tell on everybody who had a fire stick, who said they was gonna watch it on the fire stick. I was gonna tell,
Oh, oh yeah.
I was gonna tell, yeah.
Hell no. Hey, well, you know what? I'm just going to flat out and say this. So that way, everybody, especially you, can feel better. I still have not seen Across the Spider Verse.
What? Oh no, you got that. You
I,
got to go see
I
that and
have.
watch that first.
I do. I need
No.
to. Now to make it a little bit better, I was one of the first people that saw Into the Spider Verse in theaters when nobody else was going. So give me more flowers for that, right?
Okay.
But yeah, I have. I was. It was so much going on around that time, and it even came back into theaters. And it was so I planned on going to the theaters to see it when it came back in theaters, and I still could not make it.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do my due and make sure that I compensate them for that. You know,
Yeah.
for lack of a better terms. But yeah, I still haven't seen it. I want to see it so bad. I haven't truly got spoiled on it too much yet. Um, but yeah. And by the way, I'm sorry. I know you've seen it already. I know it's late.
Hmm.
That was one of the best trailers I have ever seen in my life.
What?
The Across the Spider Verse trailer
Oh
when it
yeah,
first
yeah,
came
yeah.
out, because I was in the movie theaters. I was working during that time when they was really promoting it. So I saw it like all the time. I kept seeing that trailer back to back to back. I'm just like, man, this is a really great fucking trailer. Let me stop. This is a great trailer, most likely because the movie is good. It's
Mm.
great, but yeah, I'm gonna go see it. And I'm not gonna pirate it. I'm definitely gonna go see it. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, man.
I want to ask you: do you think Spider Gwen gonna be in Spider-Man 3 with Silk?
I don't know. That's a good
Oh,
question.
that would be dope. Having Miles, Silk, and Spider Gwen in one game versus Carnage, and then having Peter come back.
Hmm.
That's kind of dope. I don't know how they're gonna bring Spider Gwen into it, but that would be kind of dope.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said. Oh, yeah. So Spider-Man 3. This was my theory on it. Maximum Carnage, because you already established the mystical space-time thing with Doctor Strange
Hmm.
being there. So because
And the Space Rock, the Venom got the symbiote
yeah,
from.
so and because they was gonna do Great Web, it's like they can still do that where Spider Gwen comes in with Silk with everybody else. They can still very much do that. Like that's
Yup.
not out of the realm of possibilities where they can still do that.
Yup. Peter got his anti Venom suit.
Hmm.
Like all the puzzle pieces are there. Like the only question I have is with Spider Gwen. Now we know she gonna be in a I mean we can assume. Let me not say we know. We can assume she's in the third game because of the Great Web, right? Because of the leak. Like you're not just gonna have or I'm sorry. That could be because of the Across the Spider Verse um um the crossing the Across the Spider Verse tie-in,
Hmm.
with the spider bots and stuff like that. That's probably how she got there. Um, so I don't know. Maybe Spider Gwen isn't in the third one. And she was just in the Great Web to tie in that. I'm gonna be real though. I would rather them because again, I told you I would rather them focus on Silk some type of way. If we can focus on her and not introduce no other Spider people, I'm all for that as well. And we can say Spider Gwen for the Great Web, which should be after Spider-Man 3. To be honest with you, like that should have been after the third game. No matter no matter these leaks that came out and everything, I just think that flows better.
Ooh.
You can literally end your entire spider trilogy with the Great Web, having it to be like we all playing online and everything. That we done with all the solo games. We all playing online. Bless you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
We
with
all
you.
playing online,
I'm with you. Yeah,
and we just ended that there. You know what I'm saying? Like now go on to Wolverine X Men.
yeah, I'm with you right there, sir. So, hey, I'm about to go and do this video for this Contra review that I gotta do, or this post that I gotta do for Contra.
Yeah, my
And
bad. I forgot you even said that.
yeah, yeah. Well, I just got back to the house. I just got settled, so I had to move and groove and get back to the house. So now I'm about to do that post. It's gonna be on TikTok. So I'm gonna do like the first 10 minutes of the game, and yeah, it's gonna be dope. I got it on my ROG Alley, so or Ally, and I'm gonna probably stream it tomorrow after I get home from uh seeing Ghostbusters, and I got some news that I got added onto this news wire that's coming up tomorrow. So I got to do that before I go to bed at night or before when I get up before work to get it ready. So yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Send it to me too. Yeah, I'll go and check it out.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm gonna be putting any of these like uh in these spaces on my YouTube.
You should.
I'm leaving the door open.
You should. You got you look. You got my permission. We ain't say nothing crazy. So
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
yeah,
You know, if I do, I'll let you. I'll send it to you. Yeah, because I didn't already put up other spaces on my YouTube. So
yeah, I got you.
um,
Yeah, I definitely gonna check it out. So yeah,
okay.
you could just right quick because I'm on my TikTok app. Just go on TikTok. You can find me at DJ Killzone Jones. Cause I'll post it. I think I will post it. I don't know if it's gonna let me post a full 10 minutes on here, but that's what I'm finna do is like the long TikTok with the with that. So I appreciate you letting me come through, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Do you mind? You mind sending it to me though? 'Cause
That way you don't
I don't
forget.
know how to.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, and I don't know how to navigate TikTok like that. I'll be. Yeah, I just got an account. That's it. But yeah, go ahead and send it to me, man. But yeah, it's been real. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, anytime you want to slide through, just let me just jump on there.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, take it easy, man.
All right. Peace. You too.